And welcome to Inside Middle Tennessee. We got Landon Sechrist on the board, and he happens to let the music go just a little bit longer.
And we love it.
And we like that. That is really, really good stuff. Welcome, everybody. This is Easter weekend. Today's being Good Friday. The weather is absolutely wonderful out there. It's not too hot. Everything's starting to pop, or it's getting ready to pop. And it's just going to be a great weekend.
And all the cars look like pollen bowls.
The business at the car
balls
wash
of
is
pollen, yeah.
brisk.
Yeah, did somebody take a dust mop and hit your car?
Oh,
Yeah.
terrible. And I just had it washed this week, but it was just awful. It began to look like the yellow was settling in for good.
Let's hope it doesn't.
A big year for pollen.
If we ever get any rain, theoretically, we'll get rain tomorrow evening on
Well,
Saturday
let us
evening.
wait until tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
And
Definitely.
It ought to be pretty good. All right, folks, let me introduce the players. I'm Jim Ross. We got Landon Sechrist on the board. We got Representative Scott Sapicki.
Morning, everybody.
And we got the dynamic duo
Trio.
plus one. Plus one. And Sheila Hickman and Sarah Elizabeth Hickman McLeod and Ellie the Greek
Good
Morning.
is going to make I'm sure Scott will probably look on his minor league baseball scoreboard and find
That's where
some picks for
That's where they have the funny names.
here in a little bit. So anyway, folks, we got a lot to celebrate. You know, we've got to admire that, and we need to acknowledge that Eddie Hickman has passed. And y'all come on in here. We got a whole group that's sliding in here. So anyway, we need to acknowledge all that and what a good life that was. And we are glad to have had his family come in today.
This is my right.
All right, folks. Do we need to go to a break?
I think we'll give him the moment, Jim. I think we'll give him the moment. We can go to a break here quick.
All right, let's go to a break. We'll be right back, folks, with Inside Middle Tennessee.
This is Coach Tredaris Goff from Columbia Central High School football. You are listening to 101.7 WKOM in Columbia, Tennessee.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Hey, this is Derek Ransom with 10 Pin Alley, voted #1 family entertainment center in Murray County. We offer 32 bowling lanes, giant arcade, laser tag, bumper cars, and a full cafe and bar menu. We also specialize in group events, kids and adult birthday parties, company parties, sports team parties, and holiday parties. We're located at 322 East James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia. Call us today at 931-381-BOWL or visit us at 10pin.com. 10 Pin Alley, it's where the good times roll.
In today's uncertain world, you can never be too careful about your family's financial future. That's why the Parker Group, a part of Baird's Private Wealth Management, is offering a free second opinion on your financial plans. Let us review your current plan, and we will identify any gaps and offer suggestions to improve it. Please call the Parker Group at 931-548-3737. That's 931-548-3737. Robert W. Baird & Company Incorporated does not offer tax or legal advice.
This is Mark Curry at the Trailer Store. We are a local, family-owned business. Every day, I work with my wife, Susie, my mother, Becky, and my son, Justin.
All right, here we go, folks. Welcome inside Middle Tennessee on an absolutely wonderful, stunning weekend. Easter weekend, weather's nice. It's not raining until Saturday night. You know, this is going to be really good. We've got a house full of people, including the famous Double E's are in here. So the Double E's got something up their sleeve. We got to hear what it is you folks got to tell us about. Oh, they're pointing at each other right now.
Well, Jim, it's that time. It's auction time
It's
in
auction
Tennessee.
time. Yeah.
Bring
Next
your
Friday,
checkbook.
April the 10th, at Central High School Auditorium will be the 15th Annual Mule Day Auctioneer Championship. Doors open at 7 o'clock. We hope to get everything underway, starting with opening welcome and opening ceremonies around 9:30 and start with the junior championship around 10 o'clock.
All righty. So it's how many years y'all been doing this now?
This will be a 15th.
Wow. And how many people you got coming in?
28.
We got about I think it's 28 auctioneers and 7 juniors coming in. So
Oh, that's
You know.
good.
Glad to hear
it'll
the
be a good time.
juniors picking up year by year.
They're picking up. Yes, we've done this. This is our third year? Third year to do the juniors, and there's a lot of interest in that. Yeah.
You know, Eddie, as we all know, as we get older, things start slowing down a little bit. But I can imagine if you get a young person in there, that tongue can absolutely fly.
They do an incredible job. They're very impressive.
You know.
They talk as fast as Jimmy Duggar walks.
Now that was a mouthful right there.
All right, so it's going to be next Friday. You say next Friday at the auction barn.
No, at Central High School.
At Central High School, I'm sorry.
In the auditorium.
All right, that'll be really
Where there's ample seating.
Yeah. And there needs
And air
to be.
conditioning.
You know.
Jim, unfortunately, we love to have it out at the livestock barn, but we simply outgrew it, and we were having people that would come and couldn't get in. So last year we had it at the high school. The input from the auctioneers was that they really liked it. They liked the openness and seating. We got plenty of seating, so it's worked out, and it's right next door to the Murray County Park too.
Yeah.
So it's worked out good.
Well, that's good because, you know, it's nice to have a problem to where you can't get, you've gotten so big that you can't get enough people in, you know.
We got 2 ringers with us.
Uh-oh. And what is their job?
Oh, I'll let you do that.
Well, they keep us in line. We've got
Is that possible?
Past President Karen St. Clair with us this morning. She's the chairman of our community fund, which handles all of the fundraising money. And then we've got our incoming president, our president-elect, Dr. Kieran Cullen. And he's still in training, so.
He'll learn a lot real quick.
He may be following good example.
Now, so you're over all of Mule Day, or the just?
No.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, I'm the chair of the Columbia Breakfast Rotary Community Fund, and so we're the fundraising arm of our club, and I mean we're just so fortunate to have folks like Eddie and Eddie, double E's, to be able to continually make this event. I mean, it gets bigger and bigger every year, and so we're thankful for everything that they do, and we're looking forward to another good event to sponsor our scholarships. We just gave 10 away a couple of weeks ago, and we're over 6 figures now giving away money. So we give our scholarships to our Culleoka, Santa Fe, and Hampshire. We focus on the unit schools, and we get some amazing candidates every year. So it's a lot of fun to go through that process and be able to award these fine young students opportunities to further their education, so they can go out into the world and be productive adults.
And my understanding it's now a 4-year.
It is. It's a rollover scholarship now, so you have the opportunity to get up to $4,000
if you send in your paperwork.
In a timely manner.
Yes, there are rules, there are requirements.
Yeah.
But yes, it. When did we make that change, Eddie? It's been a while.
About 5 or 6 years ago, I guess.
I think 2019.
Maybe longer than that.
You had a child or two go all the way through.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Sydney Church was our first one to get all 4 years.
And I think John Crutcher was another one.
He's our latest
Anna
one.
Bailey did out of Culleoka.
Yeah.
We've had several. And they've gone, they're doing wonderful things. They come back and they support our club. And and that's exciting because we'd love to build some new young Rotarians.
All right.
What are y'all going to have to auction off? Tell us sort of the format. The auctioneers bring stuff, and then y'all have the championship round.
Okay.
So
each auctioneer will bring 3 items that they will sell, and with all that money coming to us. Now, we have some special auction items when we have little break areas. Darrell Alshire has rounded up a Franklin Noon Rotary Club has put together a Franklin Rodeo package.
Oh, good deal.
It's got tickets, it's got T-shirts, it's got caps, and and a Franklin Rodeo belt buckle is just one of the items. Anyone that's interested in getting into farming, we have a slightly used but polished up John Deere 865 pedal tractor for a child. A lot cheaper than what you could go to Tri-Green and buy a new one for.
Until they start bidding.
Yeah, but no bush hog goes with it.
No bush hog with it.
And we've got several real special items that will be in, but the items that the auctioneer brings, it can be anything from metal signs to quilts to knives. Also, Co-op has donated us their 25th anniversary Co-op FFA 4H case pocket knife. Not many of those around, but they were good enough to donate one of those to us to have in the special auction. So we've got just about anything you want out there.
And Jim, we give an award to the auctioneer whose single item brings the most money. They get a special award, a belt buckle, and they all want that. So they bring good items, so it will bring more money, and which all goes to our scholarship program, which helps us. So,
how big's the belt buckle? Is it like a big old rodeo belt buckle?
It's huge. Yeah,
like the wrestlers.
Yeah. Well, not hardly that big, Miss Sheila. But
it'll make your waist go from 42 to a 32.
There you go. And I'm sure it's gold and platinum plated too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, so that auction is next Friday, and
at Central High School.
And the time?
Doors open will 7. Opening ceremonies will start around 9:15 to 9:30, and then the junior championship will get underway at about 9:45, followed by the open championship.
price of admission is
free.
All right.
But bring your checkbook.
Bring your checkbook, bid high and bid often.
That's
And as
And if
Darrell
you're-
Alshire says, we'd rather take you bid twice as miss you once.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got you. All right, folks. Landon, I think we probably ought to take a break, and we'll,
All right.
we'll come back here in a minute with Inside Middle Tennessee.
Good.
This is Coach Tredaris Goff from Columbia Central High School football. You are listening to 101.7 WKOM in Columbia, Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
Let's talk custom design jewelry. Did you know Tillis Jewelry in downtown Columbia creates custom design jewelry and has been for over 30 years? From one-of-a-kind engagement rings to wedding bands and so much more. We want each piece to be as unique as you are and create a family heirloom for tomorrow. Call today and make an appointment with one of our designers. And just for calling, you will receive a free 30-minute consultation. Tillis Jewelry, creating custom jewelry proudly in Tennessee.
Hi, Jimmy here for Columbia Ace Hardware. Columbia Ace Hardware now carries Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines paint. Now their premium quality and huge selection of colors will be right in your neighborhood. Along with the award-winning service and advice Columbia Ace has always provided for your paint projects. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their paint. Columbia Ace, the helpful place.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Do you have trees that need trimming or removed? Do you have stumps that you want grounded? A1 Tree Trimming and Removal is a family-owned and operated business local to Columbia and Lewisburg. They also service surrounding Middle Tennessee. We are licensed and insured and provide free estimates. No job is too big, no tree is too small. Give old Luke a call or text Luke at 931-359-3113. Or you can check them out on Facebook and tell A1 Tree Removal that you heard this ad on the radio. If you love America, then you will love A1 Tree Removal.
You're not just a homeowner, you're also an ice maker that didn't read the job description owner. Fortunately, you've got heating and cooling built and tested to keep going. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090 for all your home comfort needs. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local independent American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Murray County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
Hey, this is Seth Moss at Tennessee Valley Equipment, a premier FAE PrimeTech, Bandit, and Surex dealer. We are your dealer for all of your land clearing and forestry mulching needs. We sell equipment, provide repair service and parts along with a rental fleet of mulching equipment. We also offer mulching teeth, blades, and sharpening. Our number one priority is getting you up and running as quickly and affordable as possible. Tennessee Valley is located at 300 Santa Fe Pike in wonderful Columbia, Tennessee. Stop by or give us a call today at 931-981-9812.
This is Debbie Matthews with the Nashville Realty Group, and if you've been paying attention, you know the housing market has been tough, but rates are beginning to thaw. So if you're thinking about selling, the time to jump in is getting better every day. But if you're thinking about buying, and those interest rates are still a little bit too high, a good agent knows how to negotiate interest rate buydowns. And I'm a good agent, so call me, Debbie Matthews with Nashville Realty Group, 615-476-3224.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
This is Trip Stoltz with Columbia Ace Hardware. I love listening to 101.7 WKOM FM, Columbia, Tennessee.
This is Jim Ross, and you are listening to Front Porch Radio, WKOM 101.7, located in Columbia, Tennessee.
That's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a
all right, folks, welcome back to Inside Middle Tennessee in the gentle tones of Landon Seacrest, also known as L Train.
That's me, Jim.
That's right. Unforgettable with Nat King Cole.
Oh, wonderful song.
All right, folks, one thing we definitely want to do, who was also unforgettable, we want to acknowledge the passing of Eddie Hickman, who was with us. A life well lived. And a great man, and at one time when he used to come in here, I used to kid him about being part of the triple E's when he managed. But we do have the double E's in here, who knew him quite well. So, Eddie, already you said you had a story or two, or
I have a very interesting story about Mr. Eddie Hickman. Many years ago, and I mean many years ago, Eddie was doing his student teaching at Whitthorne Junior High School. In the phys ed department, physical education department, with Mr. Dillard, yes. And I was in the 9th grade.
Wallace Dillard.
Dillard. I was in the 9th grade, and I was a gym helper. I mean, during my study hall period, I didn't go to study hall. I went to the gym, and I'd referee basketball games or whatever Mr. Dillard told me to do. Well, Eddie, like I said, Eddie was doing his student teaching, and he come up to me one day, and he said, "Come on." I said, "Okay, where we going?" He said, "Just go with me." I didn't have any idea where we was going, what we were doing, but the teacher said, "Come go with me," so I did. And we got in his car and left school. I didn't sign out. I didn't do anything but get in the car with Eddie Hickman. And we rode out.
He had his blinders on, I think.
We rode out to Central High School and pulled around to the back of the building and sat there. And I thought, what in the world are we doing? And it wasn't but just a few minutes, Miss Sheila come out. Now, him and Sheila wasn't married at the time, so I had left school with Eddie Hickman to go see his girlfriend. And I didn't have a clue what we were doing.
I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, Miss Sheila, I promised you it happened. And but we made it back fine, and I didn't get in trouble, and he didn't either, as far as I know, and we both survived.
If he'd had a teacher to do that teacher
he would have.
I know. I reminded him
all
of
right,
that.
Sheila, who was superintendent at the time?
Mr. Cox.
Mr. Cox, yes.
Mr. Cox. Mr. Cox was our superintendent, and he also hired both of us. We grew up with Mr. Cox.
How long was he superintendent?
I should know.
20-something years? A long time, wasn't it?
He had, in the last 2 decades or 1 decade, we have had more school superintendents and principals at Central High School than we had in the previous 100 years.
All right, please don't get on your soapbox.
I would never.
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 But Mr. Cox and Eddie Hickman were real school people. It's just like children in the classroom. Some children don't have any business in the classroom. They will never be academically inclined. They're not slow. They're smart. They're just not school people. But there's some people like Charles Black and Mr. Cox and Eddie Hickman. School was just in their blood. They just had a real knack for making people pull together and do what they were supposed to do. And in addition to just the job itself, they just loved it. They just absolutely loved it.
All right, Sheila, he did everything from being a superintendent to a principal to a teacher to a coach to vice principal, a lot of other things.
He drove a bus and he made sure the coal furnace was stoked at Hampshire when he first started teaching.
Which one did he like the best, or did he ever say?
He never did say.
But I think it was probably being principal.
I think being principal at Central and
all right, you got to tell the intercom thing because we're going to get
okay.
Eddie
We're going to do
Reed.
that. So this is probably going to get into some of the stuff I'm going to say at his funeral and
that's all you need to practice.
I need to practice. Jim Ross is always at, but he was my principal. He was appointed principal of Central High School the Friday before I started that Monday, my freshman year of high school. all my friends sort of changed their view of me, but that's all right. There's some of my friends that
Did
have
they get a little more careful?
They were a little bit. There were some people that didn't really talk to me anymore, but the rest, I had a grand circle of friends, and he loved all of them like they were his own children. And he would dress up on dress up days. We had favorite teacher dress up day. He and I went shopping and bought identical ties and did that day. On Western Day, he said, "Let's ride the horses to school." I said, "Daddy, we can't ride from Carter's Creek." I said, "I'll stink by the time I get to school." And so Jonathan Bates, our beloved FFA teacher and ag teacher at Central, he came because at that point in our horse career, we did not have a trailer. And so Jonathan came early that morning and got our 2 horses and trailered the horses to Baker Elementary School, and we rode from Baker to Central High School, and he patrolled the parking lot on the horse that day. And that sounds like so him, and he was also he was a big supporter of everything at Central High School, from the band to all the sports teams to all the clubs. They went to everything. And he chaperoned the band, and him and all of the teachers that were on his staff and the staff at Central High School, they are our extended family, and we love all of them. And we have so many stories and everything, but I am so glad we had no cell phone recordings from back then. Because when he did the announcements, you better pay attention.
It was just pure entertainment.
It was pure entertainment. And he would say, "Good morning, CHS." And then he'd start out and he'd say, "This club is meeting in the cafeteria at X time," and whatever. One time, and I'm going to mess it up as bad as he did, but he did an announcement about prom. And Marianne Lynn wrote, he would let anybody, you could go in and get an announcement for him and write out what you wanted to say. Well, Marianne Lynn and the student council, they wrote it. And everybody still tells this story to this day. I was in Miss Matlock's 4th block Latin class. So this is Mom's best friend. I'm in her class. And he starts in and he goes, "Please join us at the prom. Hey, hey, not like rap lyrics." Eddie Hickman doing rap lyrics is hilarious.
Oil and water.
It was just awful, but it was funny. My friends say I laid my head down on my desk, and I think I did. And sometimes I sound like him, and sometimes I sound like Mama, and then it's a hybrid of both of them.
That's a bad combination.
But it is so much fun. Our accent will be lost, but that's okay. But Ellie Grace and I were talking on the way to town that she wanted to hear his voice, and I have this sweet recording on my phone of him taking Ellie Grace to school when she was little. And he said, "Now say this is Ellie Grace. This is Ellie Grace." And say, "Have a good day. Have a good day." And then Ellie Grace tells a story and she goes, "All right, Ellie Grace, we gotta go." And then we hang up. But he was a wonderful principal. He would hug the kids if they needed to be hugged. He would stay in the parking lot and watch he would wave us by in the afternoon.
It was tough love, but it was love just the same.
And I will probably never see everything written about him on Facebook, but the stories and the tributes to him we have seen are wonderful. But Miss Matlock, being Mama's best friend, her Latin class, I think Brent Allred was in this class. They compiled a list of Hickmanisms. And I'm going to let our friend Eddie Allred say them because I probably won't get through them.
Yeah, you got to go slow. We're going to talk about some of them.
All right, here we go. Hickmanisms, top 10 list. Number 10. If you don't have a diehard, you ain't going nowhere.
Because kids would leave their lights on their car. And he wouldn't make it. If you've left your lights on in the car, if you don't have a diehard, you ain't going nowhere.
Right from the commercial.
Yeah.
Number 9, spring is springing.
That means that in the spring, there's a lot of fights. And he would say that. And because he would come in and he goes, "Spring is a springing, y'all." And we'd be like, "Oh no," so.
Number 8. next semester.
Yeah, so instead of semester.
He never got his vowels just
No,
right.
Number 7 is one of my favorites, the library.
Yeah. It didn't matter how many times that I reminded him of the syllables there and the consonants. It didn't make a bit of difference.
Oh, I got to ask you this, Sheila. How did he pronounce Picture?
Picture.
So a picture, not a picture.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
just-
picture.
I think I finally broke him of that. But it was
You
always.
need to break Sarah Elizabeth up.
Nope, that's mine.
But it was always a running joke that I was an English teacher and he was my student, but he was not my student. but he was my lifelong student. If I could some way measure the amount of typing I have done for him and for Sarah Elizabeth, and you could fill up this room 10 times. I ought to have 2 PhDs in most any subject because I have typed about every subject known to man and done research about goofy things like how to teach first aid and the techniques to teach life saving. I've typed all that kind of junk.
And basketball, you did the basketball manual.
Basketball playbook. And I know less about basketball than I ever meant to know.
All right.
All right, what we got next?
Number 6, no necking during networking.
Or the pep rally. So that means don't make out with your boyfriend or girlfriend.
Yeah, that's right.
But he had time. They had a break at some time called networking.
During homeroom, if
they
we were
just turned 'em
good,
loose.
they just let us have that time to visit with all of our friends. Socialize, and it was really neat.
But some people socialize just a little too much.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
they?
yeah.
And number 5, Eddie was a baseball coach at one time. His number 5 is step up to the plate.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Oh, yep, always.
And number 4, more south than north.
This addresses dress code. So he fought dress code, and he had a really amazing dress code by the time he was director of schools. He did not like spaghetti straps. He didn't want shorts. The shorts had to come so many inches above the knee, that kind of stuff, and that's what it meant. His own daughter, me, I'm talking to myself in third person. Sorry, y'all. It's
all
been
right.
a lot. It's been rough. I had a hard time finding shorts because I was tall. And when I was in Whitthorne, I hope some of these Whitthorne teachers are listening and they remember what they did to us. They pulled me out of the hallway. Daddy actually bought the shorts, measured them. I wore them to school. I was in the 6th grade. They pulled us out in the hall. They measured my shorts. And that's the last day Sarah Elizabeth wore shorts to school.
Yeah.
I never wore shorts again.
Yeah.
I hope those mean teachers were listening. I was following dress code. Anyway.
Number 3 has to do with dress code as well. And
Yeah.
this, I heard my boys come home and talk about this one. Number 3, sagging, bagging breeches.
That's when the baggy breeches came in, the skater look, the skater style.
Stovepipes.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's still some people who do not know that went out of style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
They
It's
miss
horrible.
that.
Number 2 is vital important.
Yeah.
Everything is vitally important.
Yeah. It's
Vital
a vital importance.
And the number 1 Hickmanism is have a great day at CHS.
There you go.
And it's good old CHS.
And we had and they had many great days at good old CHS.
We had a lot of fun, and we're gonna miss him. He was an amazing husband to Mother. He was an amazing father to me, and
he's a good friend.
And
He's a good
friend.
friend.
And he was the best papa to Ellie Grace when she was born, because I didn't know I was gonna have a baby because I had had cancer the year before. And when we told him on his birthday that I was pregnant, we didn't want to find out what it was. And I thought it was a boy the whole time.
What, kicking a lot?
And so when she was born, I kicked everybody out of the delivery room except for the nurses and the doctor and Sean. And they went out. Sean went out to get them. And when they said it was a girl, I didn't believe my luck because Daddy's such a good girl dad. And so when Ellie Grace was born, they came in the delivery room. I had a pink blanket laid on her. And he said, I can never retire now.
Yes, he did.
And then shortly thereafter, when she was 5 months old, the school board bought him out.
that was probably the kindest thing they could have done for us, even though we were not completely taken with their generosity. But it turned out to be one of the great blessings of our lives.
And then with Ellie Grace, and I'm doing a little bit about Ellie Grace because this last year has been so hard on all of us.
Well, Ellie Grace was the apple of his eye.
Absolutely. She could do nothing wrong. If Sarah Elizabeth was trying to correct her, he would intervene. And
he'd go, that's enough. or and then when I went back to work in Nashville after she was born, I worried about leaving her, but I left them with the best people ever, my parents.
Oh, yeah.
And so, and they took their retirement to help me take care of her when they wanted me to go back to work. I needed work. And so I needed it for my mental health. Because he always wants you to plow to the end of your row.
He wants everybody to work.
And so I would bring her to the house. That's before we built onto our house. And we lived with them, and I'd drop her off, and I said, well, what are y'all going to do today? He goes, don't worry about that. I will take care of her.
Yeah.
Well, I never knew what they were going to do, and I would get pictures throughout the day or something.
We had lots of fun.
But one of the most happiest phone calls I got from him is when she started talking. Her first word was mama, which I was excited about. But this next word, he called, and he said, we went out to the horse barn and the horses to see the horses, and she said horse, and he called and he's like, listen, and I say horse, and she said horse, because he told me when I was pregnant, if the baby doesn't like horses, we're out of the horse business. That's one of the first things she got was a horse stuffed animal.
Well, when the goats come along?
That's a rotary.
That's
a rotary.
We don't have time.
Oh, don't have time for that one.
Rotary was heavily involved in the goat.
Yes. But he was absolutely wonderful, and he did all sorts of things. But he never stopped being a coach, no matter how.
He coached us.
Yeah, he coached us, but he never stopped that coaching mentality and that team mentality. If you were on his staff, you're a part of his team. And I think that made him the most effective leader to do that. And I'm going to say this tomorrow because when he became director of schools, he made such strides for Maury County, and he fought like mad for the students and for the staff and for the facilities to be above par for the children of Maury County. But I said, this is in my speech tomorrow, but I said, despite his epic battles with the county commission and the school board, many times when he was director of schools, I would get a phone call from Mama, and I was at MTSU. She'd say, you probably need to come home. There's rumor they're going to try to buy him out tonight at the school board. So I would come home, and we would sit on the front row with him.
Mad,
and then there was this one time, which I will digress just a bit, but the budget was trying to pass, and Mama and a certain county commissioner that's not on the radio show with us got into it, and it got on Channel 2, and Daddy didn't know it, and I had to do some like PR work, and I was like, it was awful. But then now they are friends, and it is fine. But it's not our representative Scott Sepecki. It was somebody else. But he was great. We will love him and miss him. And I'm going to let Eddie Abels tell one quick story about him.
Well, how much time?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
We're good.
Well, go back to the goat story.
Yeah.
It's being revealed here on the radio station that the Rotary member that was behind the goat sale was Mike Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Never been told before, but we want to clear it up. But as many of you know, Eddie started helping us with auctions. And we were down at Water Valley doing Mr. Woody's auction. And Mr. Woody happened to have the prettiest little Miata convertible you have ever seen.
Miata.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Well, Eddie, we'd been working down there, and Eddie says, I might be interested in that. And I said, okay. So we get to the auction, and the Miata comes up, and Eddie had told me how much he was going to go on it. So we're going along there, and I'm auctioning, and we get to like 12, and Eddie sort of shakes his head. Well, I noticed Sheila grab his arm. He jerked him down like that. Eddie's hand goes up. Well, we do a little bit more. Eddie shakes his head. Sheila shakes the arm. Eddie's arm goes up. So we get down to the final, I don't know, $250, and it's Eddie's turn. And Eddie, man, he done broke out in a sweat. It's hot. It's hot. And I'm looking at him, and Sheila don't jerk this time. She just sort of gently tugs. Eddie's hand goes up. And Sheila drove away in the Miata.
All right.
I love
and
that.
they were the cutest thing going down Carter's Creek Pike in that with his little Panama Jack hat and her little floppy hat and the way they went. And Sean and I and Ellie Grace will pass them there. Well, there they go. I don't know where they're going.
Well, you know, if you look around, you'll generally see old people like us. But he promised me years ago, and he did. Listen, he bought me more than I ever deserved. But he promised me years ago he'd get me a convertible. And it just happened to work out that was available. And I said, well, that would just suit me fine. And Ellie Grace just loves that little red car.
Because it's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we need to take a break. We'll be right back with Inside Middle Tennessee.
Well, this has been very
This is Coach Tredarius Galt from Columbia Central High School football. You are listening to 101.7 WKOM in Columbia, Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family-owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
Let's talk custom design jewelry. Did you know Tillis Jewelry in downtown Columbia creates custom design jewelry and has been for over 30 years? From one-of-a-kind engagement rings to wedding bands and so much more. We want each piece to be as unique as you are and create a family heirloom for tomorrow. Call today and make an appointment with one of our designers. And just for calling, you will receive a free 30-minute consultation. Tillis Jewelry, creating custom jewelry proudly in Tennessee.
Hi, Jimmy here for Columbia Ace Hardware. Columbia Ace Hardware now carries Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines paint. Now their premium quality and huge selection of colors will be right in your neighborhood. Along with the award-winning service and advice Columbia Ace has always provided for your paint projects. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their paint. Columbia Ace, the helpful place.
This is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Do you have trees that need trimming or removed? Do you have stumps that you want grounded? A1 Tree Trimming and Removal is a family-owned and operated business local to Columbia and Lewisburg. They also service surrounding Middle Tennessee. We are licensed and insured and provide free estimates. No job is too big, no tree is too small. Give old Luke a call or text Luke at 931-359-3113. Or you can check them out on Facebook and tell A1 Tree Removal that you heard this ad on the radio. If you love America, then you will love A1 Tree Removal.
You're not just a homeowner, you're also an ice maker that didn't read the job description owner. Fortunately, you've got heating and cooling built and tested to keep going. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090 for all your home comfort needs. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local independent American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Murray County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
Hey, this is Seth Moss at Tennessee Valley Equipment, a premier FAE PrimeTech, Bandit, and Surex dealer. We are your dealer for all of your land clearing and forestry mulching needs. We sell equipment, provide repair service, and parts along with a rental fleet of mulching equipment. We also offer mulching teeth, blades, and sharpening. Our number one priority is getting you up and running as quickly and affordable as possible. Tennessee Valley is located at 300 Santa Fe Pike in wonderful Columbia, Tennessee. Stop by or give us a call today at 931-981-9812.
This is Debbie Matthews with the Nashville Realty Group, and if you've been paying attention, you know the housing market has been tough, but rates are beginning to thaw. So if you're thinking about selling, the time to jump in is getting better every day. But if you're thinking about buying, and those interest rates are still a little bit too high, a good agent knows how to negotiate interest rate buydowns, and I'm a good agent. So call me, Debbie Matthews with Nashville Realty Group, 615-476-3224.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
This is Trip Stoltz with Columbia Ace Hardware. I love listening to 101.7 WKOM FM, Columbia, Tennessee.
This is Sarah Elizabeth, and you're listening to Inside Middle Tennessee on Front Porch Radio on 101.7 WKOM.
And every highway and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets.
Here we go, folks. We're back with Inside Middle Tennessee.
That's Frank Sinatra.
It is Frank Sinatra.
It is.
And we are going to go back over here to Scott for a second, but I'm going, God, it's Eddie Hickman. He lived it his way, all right.
Always. If you didn't want it his way, you just better get out of the way.
Yeah, you better.
But I did ask him when he was so sick, I said, well, if you leave, who's going to give me orders? Who's going to tell me? And he was so sick he couldn't drive, and we were coming to town to the cancer place or to the hospital or somewhere, and he said, and I was just driving along just like normal. I'm not much on speed, and he said, don't put your foot on the brake. I said, I don't have my foot on the brake. We're moving. But he never stopped trying to improve me. He never stopped.
All of us.
Yes,
all
and
of
he'd
us.
say, Sheila Hickman, you knew better than, why did you do that? You knew better. And of course I did. I knew better to do that. But I guess if I'd been real good, he wouldn't have had anything to do.
Well, we had Sarah Elizabeth's husband, Sean, has walked in here, and I gotta ask Sean, how many times did you ever, when you encountered all this, just go to yourself, what have I got myself into?
There may have been at least once.
He's being generous.
Not many times.
I told him he's had, of course, we've been here since the first rock, and he has learned a whole universe of people. He'll say, now who is Miss So-and-so?
Or he'll come in and say, I saw such and such.
Yeah, and we've
that's
about
so
got
proud of
him. He's about knows everybody we know now. Sometimes it's too hard to explain who the person we're talking about is, but he has been a real trooper. He is whatever we've been. He is. Sarah will say this tomorrow. It used to be if you got one of us, you'd get three of us, and if you got one of us now, you'd get all five of us. Because if it was something we needed to do, we were all there doing it.
Well, Sheila, y'all are really pretty unique because if you think about it, how many households in America now have 3 generations under one roof?
Well,
that is really pretty rare,
and
it's a blessing.
And
in a lot
people
of ways.
thought we were crazy, and during COVID, we were so thankful for it. And when he got sick, we were even more thankful for it. And him and Sean, they would get out in the yard and do stuff, and they farm, they cut hay together, and Sean would come in the house and he'd say, your daddy's driving the tractor too fast. And I said, I can address that. And he goes, he's going to tear up something. And I said, and no sooner did he say that, something happened, and then we'd have to work on the piece of equipment. But him and Sean had a good partnership.
Yeah, they did.
They are very close for a son-in-law and a father-in-law. And they depended on each other,
Yeah,
and from the very beginning. And he had to pass muster because all of the other people that I dated did not, and I was so worried. But he passed it with flying colors, and him and Daddy, they had a good partnership with the farming and helping.
Well, Sean, I got to think too. And Scott, you know this from having your own operation, is that there's a lot of stuff there that aren't one-man jobs. They're two-man jobs.
Yeah,
that's right.
You need two people.
You'd work yourself to death if you didn't have at least two. You'd like
Yeah.
to have three, maybe four.
Sometimes.
But there's no help to be had.
And
You
he got to share they both love sports. So that is that's
Yeah.
what they did.
They
And
went to
then
the
that
ball
took
game.
me and Mama out of the equation. So they were like,
Well,
we're going to the ball game. We're like, we don't have to go now.
Yeah.
So,
We're going to come back to him a little bit later,
Yeah.
but we're going to let
Scott.
Scott
Yeah.
go over a
Yes.
few things that might be happening, at least on the state level. And there
Sure,
you go.
Sure. So while we're talking about Director Hickman, because he earned the title, my first experience with Director Hickman was in 2010 when I got elected. If you remember back then, we were in a budget battle.
Absolutely.
And I was named chairman of the commission walking in off the street and thrust into this battle that we were on TV every day. And and it went almost, I think, until October.
Well, we thought school would close.
Yeah, I got phone calls from the comptroller saying either you're going to figure this out or we're going to figure it out for you.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
I remember we called a meeting. Mayor Bailey called a meeting with Shaw
Daniels. Yeah.
and Director Hickman over Central Office, and nobody knew me. You know, I mean, those gentlemen grew up with each other. They knew each other, and here's this new guy. And I will tell you this. I haven't been bested many times in my life. And Director Hickman at that time got the better of me. And Sheila, you know this. I mean, it was adversarial.
That's the nature of the game.
But
yeah, it's the way it's played.
Yeah.
As time went around, we became allies because we both realized that we wanted the best for the kids.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't about the money.
No.
It was about the kids getting the best education they could. And so that's one of the things I've always tried to do up there is just remember, I remember him telling me it's about the kids. That's why we're doing this. And so it just stuck with me when I went to the General Assembly.
It's a good thing to get stuck with.
Pass this to your grandma. This is from Senator Hensley and I.
Oh.
We had a flag very quickly flown over the Capitol in his honor. And then on Monday or Thursday of this week, we are running a House Joint Resolution. The reason why we run House Joint Resolutions is to commemorate his life. But we do it through a resolution because that is recorded at the archives.
Oh, thank you.
So therefore, his life will be recorded at the Tennessee Archives forever. So when Ellie Grace grows up and she has children, and she wants to go to the state archives and have her children read about her granddaddy, then it'll be up there for her.
How nice.
And then once we get that done, I'll bring it down to you and you can have it, okay?
Oh, how nice. Well, you have been a great friend. And
yeah, despite you about biting his head off at
well,
one time.
I acted ugly, and I'm sorry I acted
Well,
ugly.
they have a means.
But you know, that kind of situation with the budget was just a sore spot every year.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was just
Oh, yeah.
And it
awful, but-
continues to be.
It
But
is.
that was
It
one
is.
of the years that we really thought they were going to close school.
It was-
If
it
you
was-
didn't get the budget in, it was going to close
Yeah,
school.
it was days away.
Yeah.
It was days away from the
Well,
state coming
I
in.
guess I really thought I hoped they would close school so I'd get a vacation.
So, yeah, I wish right now we had more directors like that in the state of Tennessee.
I appreciate that
Because
so
I deal with
much.
them across the state, and there are some that are very good, and there are some that aren't very good.
Yeah.
And we need more people that remember that it's about the kids. We just had testimony at the State Board of Education, and one of the director of school of this county admitted to the state board that the reason why they're doing something is for revenue. The kids never came up.
Never
and
mentioned it.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Is when somebody's at that level says it's about the money.
Yeah.
So he will be missed.
I appreciate every word,
um,
Scott.
How about some good news?
Oh,
Want
yes,
some good
we'll
news?
have good news.
So we just got news from TDOT, and I think Sarah Elizabeth's going to like this news. Y'all know about the Highway 31 expansion that we've already funded, a $290 million project, $290 million. It's going to be expanded from the Murray County line all the way up to 840 to Tollgate.
Okay.
So they're going to add lanes to alleviate the congestion on 31. Well, we just got good news yesterday. Because of our funding and our situation, Bear Creek Pike from Highway 31 to the interstate is going to be expanded to 4 lanes.
Look, Jim, we're getting it.
All right.
What a nice present.
They were able to adjust, and maybe we could figure out a way to name it Eddie Hickman Highway. So Bear Creek Pike expansion, preliminary engineering will start in 2035, right-of-way in 2037, and construction will begin in 2039 at a cost of $190 million. The city of Columbia has pledged $10 million over 10 years. I've talked to TDOT, and I already talked to Mayor Butt. We're going to ask the county commission to match.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go to Congressman Ogles and see if he can get an appropriation for $80 more million.
Okay.
If we can get $80 more million, then we might be able to pull that project up to only 5 years from now.
Okay. Well, let's have
But it gets better.
All right.
All right. What's the better?
Ready, Sarah Elizabeth? June Lake.
Oh, it's awful, Scott.
So we just found out yesterday that from Saturn Parkway all the way north up to 840 will be widened to a minimum of 3 lanes in each direction.
Oh, that's good.
A widening, and here's the best part: a widening project starting engineering this year.
All right.
Well, so
with construction in
expedited engineering
with construction in 2028.
All right.
So with another cost of $150 million, so TDOT is investing in 3 projects that directly affect the people of Murray County at a total cost of $630 million.
All right.
So your patience will be rewarded here and to be solved in a few more years. But we are going to finally get that widening project on 65. 31 will be widened going through Spring Hill. And then lastly, the Bear Creek Pike expansion to 4 lanes will happen in about another 9 to 10 years unless we can get some more money from the federal government.
Scott, that's great news, but
Yes,
you know how it is. If you give them an inch, they want a mile. Any way that you can make that expansion all the way down to exit 46, Bear Creek?
I'm going to take what I get.
right. Like you go, oh, thank you. We will enjoy this, and just wait like 6 months, and then you might talk about it.
So what you have to realize is we've been in a 10-year time span, right? We've been awarded $630 million, right? For basically it's to solve Murray counties and Lawrenceburg and Giles County. Okay, TDOT only has roughly about $200 million a year to spend on the whole state.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So think about that. They're investing $630 million in one area.
That's
to solve a problem, and that's growth, right?
It is growth.
But now here's a message to the county commission, if you're all listening, and the city councils. This does not give you unwielding permission to keep building more and more homes.
Absolutely
Okay,
not.
Right.
let's keep the agriculture in the great steel of the state of Tennessee. Okay,
That's right. We want to be able to feed our horses and cows.
So a couple other issues here, real quick. We're about two weeks away from having a budget on the House floor. 3 weeks away from wrapping up the 114th General Assembly. That'll be 8 years now in the General Assembly for me. Everybody has probably seen through YouTube or through the news about the Shelby County school system audit report. It's as bad as it looks. It's bordering on criminal down there. And when you have federal money involved,
right,
now you're talking a whole different group of prosecutors.
Yeah, they don't play games.
No,
at the
and federal
level.
rules are different than state rules.
So what we're hoping is we already have a bill on the floor that we've already approved. It's gone back over to the Senate. We're going to have to go to conference committee to work out our differences about the structure of the Shelby County school system, putting a governing board over them, appointed by the state of Tennessee, made up of very influential and very purposeful choices of people who live down in Memphis to get control of the situation. With the Memphis Safe Task Force, we've already changed the criminal climate of Memphis, right, making it better for people to live. Now we have to change the educational climate. And I was telling Sheila off air, they've got schools down there that are at maybe 25-30% capacity, that they have full staffs and full teachers, and it's who you know down there to get one of those jobs where you may not even teach a student the whole day.
And there are places in rural Tennessee that need teachers in classrooms.
Right. So we've got to do a better job, and so that's why you got to have this governing board to go down there and make the tough choices to get this system back where it belongs. By the way, I spend $2 billion of your money a year down there. $2 billion.
And what is our return on that?
Not very good. Literacy rate in third grade is 23%. The literacy rate in middle school drops to 21%, and in high school it's 21%.
Oh, me.
That's unacceptable to us.
Absolutely.
Unacceptable. So that's news there. The other one is we do have a problem with virtual schools in the state of Tennessee. It is one of the only things in education that we allow for-profits to operate in. So think about that. The word for-profit and education in the same sentence. That's not good.
No. And does anybody have oversight over them?
No, not really. And so I'm running a bill for Chairman White. We argued it through the full committee. It's going to the House floor, I think, on Monday. And what it does is it says if you are a failing virtual school in the state of Tennessee, in the next 3-year cycle of the priority list or the TVOS evaluation, I'm not going to get into that, then it's mandatory that you have to close in the state of Tennessee.
Well, that just is terrible.
So we're having good news. TCAP's coming up, right, Ellie Grace?
Ellie Grace made a lovely face at that.
We are hearing, I'm very excited. We're hearing very good things in the classroom this year. We are looking at reducing the number of tests that our kids take. We are looking at the real possibility of going back to what we used to do, where the teachers taught from textbooks, they taught from workbooks, they taught from the, not chalkboards anymore, Sheila, but the Promethean boards.
Chalkboards would be all right.
Right, the electronic boards, allowing teachers to use technology to gather information and let the kids have the Chromebooks. If I say as a teacher, hey, I've sent you a link to go look at watch Winston Churchill's famous speech, hit the link, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
That's what we're going to get back to, because we went from 47th to 22nd. But there's a common theme of the people that are in front of us in the country. They're in textbooks and workbooks. And you notice in sports.
Hands-on.
You notice in sports, if you're 22nd and you want to get to 10th, you're climbing over people that are doing it right.
Right. Yeah.
And that's where it gets tough.
Yeah.
So our goal is, with the new governor coming in, and my goal is within 5 years, we're cracking the top 15, top 10 in the country.
Well, I hope to be here
and that
to see
means
that.
Nashville and Memphis, we've got to get performing at state level.
Quick question. In the South, how do we rank?
Middle of the pack. Middle of the pack. It's about where we are. We're 22nd in the country. We're about middle of the pack. Mississippi's in front of us.
Really?
That.
Shocking.
We used to laugh about
Florida's in front of us. Georgia's in front of us. In the SEC, think about it that way, right?
Yeah.
We're right in the middle.
Okay.
Now, 8 years ago, we were in the bottom, but now we're in the middle. But to climb over the ones that are the best, now you got to start to do the things that the best are doing. And what the best have realized, especially in early education, it's got to be textbooks. It's got to be workbooks. It's got to be pens. It's got to be paper for those. Here's your word of the day, for those multiple tactile functions.
Yay!
Ding!
Right out of an education textbook.
There you go. So that's what's going on, but it was interesting sitting on the county commission with Director Hickman giving his reports. He did have his mannerisms to the county commission. He had a terrible poker face.
Yes.
And so did a lot of us. But I mean, I'm going to tell you. I mean, we all agreed that it was about the kids.
Yeah.
And sometimes we had a differing opinion on how to get to that point, but we all realized it was about the kids. And he was very good for the kids. I heard he was a very good coach, and it was nice to see him that he got to watch a state championship in football.
Yeah, I think he only got thrown out of a game once, is what I've heard.
Oh, I've been thrown out more
when
than
he
that.
coached basketball,
he get right now. And I got to watch him. He quit coaching so they would have a baby, so that's why I'm here. But because Mama made him promise to quit coaching so they'd try to have a child. And I have sat behind his bench. He coached some freshman boys basketball teams, and then the 1992 Central High School boys basketball state runner-up. I somehow, by the end of that game, I was behind the bench. And the security people at MTSU did not take me away. So, and those were the games. That the gyms were packed. You could feel it, and
we made every step.
We made every step with him.
We drove to Murfreesboro every night just to be
watch
there.
him coach.
Well, I'll tell you real quick, and I only got a minute left. But my daughter, who went on to play college basketball,
Yes.
Division I, her freshman year, the coach resigned about a third of the way in, and Eddie Hickman and Lee Claiborne came in there.
Lee Claiborne.
And and you talk about good coaching, fundamentals.
And
man.
the day they decided that they were going to do it, they went to Jones and Lang and picked out tennis shoes and a shirt, and they both got a whistle.
Lee Claiborne said, "We must have a whistle."
Yeah.
I would have liked to play poker with all those members of the school board back then because they had terrible poker faces.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie, you knew exactly where you stood.
Yes, he was not good at hiding his face.
All right, folks, I'm being told we've got exactly a minute.
Well,
First Fridays, Easter weekend.
Mule Day week next week.
Oh, big announcement. The Mule Day Queen is coming to the General Assembly.
Oh, yeah.
But I've given her up this time. She's going to go to the Senate this time.
Oh.
And so Senator Hensley's going to get to host the Mule Day Queen.
okay.
And then I'll grab her back next time.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, folks, get out, enjoy the weather and the weekend. We'll see you next week with Inside Middle Tennessee.
It's the way you ride that trail that counts. Here's a happy one for you. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails.